Greetings and welcome to Here's What I Heard. I'm Laura DeGaddis, your hostess. Thank you for joining me on my little acre of the internet today. Today's video is going to be about a question that I heard a couple of months ago. Sorry, I don't remember which pundit or talking head that I did hear this from, but it was something that stuck with me, and I decided to do some research and see if my actual original answer was correct. Before we get there though, please subscribe, like, make a comment, share, and donate so that I can eventually add you to the conversation. Here's the question. Why aren't conservatives, i.e. Republicans, doing anything about the unrest that's happening right now regarding the, I guess they still calling them the George Floyd protests? Now, my first and original answer to that question when I heard that question was, I don't believe there are any actual Republicans in the cities. They've all been kicked out. Now, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the leaders and the elected officials of all of these cities. So, the question actually came back to mind when the pundits were actually making fun of this article right here. Trump keeps claiming that the most dangerous cities in America are all run by Democrats. They aren't. I'm not going to read you the entire article. I'm sure that if you listen to or watch any of the same pundits that I do, you've probably heard most of it already. But I am going to refer you to the actual chart that they brought up on this. So, in fact, I'm using this also too because of the fact that most of the pundits that I listen to, left and right, actually made fun of this article because it kind of sort of proved his point. If they're using actual information, and this is actually a true depiction of what he was trying to debunk, then it looks like, according to this, blue is Democrat, gray is independent, red is Republican. It looks like you've got, there's like 15, 20 of the worst, 20 of the worst or most dangerous cities in America. All but 1, 2, 3, 4 are run by Democrats. So, like I said, my first answer to that question was the Republicans and the conservatives have all been kicked out of these cities. They don't have any power. So, at that point, why would any of the leadership expect them to just run in and start helping? Especially since you've got some of the leaders doing things like this or saying things like this. Now, this is I had to look back for this one, back to 2014, but Governor Cuomo to conservatives, leave New York. Okay. I'll read you a little bit of this. He basically labels members of the GOP with extreme views if they believe in the sanctity of life, the right to life, or pro-assault weapons, which is actually just Second Amendment. So, but he goes on to label them. Who are they? Right to life, pro-assault weapons, like again I said, that's pro-Second Amendment basically, and anti-gay. If that's who they are, so why does he label them that and then say if? Little bit of doublespeak there, if you ask me. They have no place in the state of New York because that's not who New Yorkers are. So he gets to tell everybody who they are and who they aren't, right? In the meantime, conservatives seem to have listened to him, I do believe. And of course you got another instance of it here. GOP Convention not welcome in Dallas County, judge says. Please go somewhere else. And this was in a tweet. This comes from the Star Telegram not even 3 months ago. May 26th. Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins is not a fan of bringing the Republican National Convention to North Texas this summer. Jenkins, a Democrat, rebuked the idea on social media Monday night after Vice President Mike Pence suggested Texas as a potential location if the convention was pulled from Charlotte, North Carolina, which of course we know it wasn't. And of course, he quotes, "The last thing we need right now is a large gathering of nationwide visitors coming to Dallas, given we are currently at red, our highest threat level for COVID-19, Jenkins posted on Twitter. No offense. Would say the same thing to Democrats. Please go somewhere else. Would he, though? And then, of course, you have things like this.
You see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
My second answer would be, who in their right minds would want to jump into something like this?
They're not feeling much appreciation from the public these days.
49 officers injured, 18 of them went to the hospital after projectiles and fireworks were thrown at them during that protest. Police video captured a violent attack on officers who were protecting the statue of Christopher Columbus during a protest Friday night in Grant Park.
Fireworks were shot at the building, and federal police responded by deploying tear gas.
Mayor Ted Wheeler getting caught up in tear gas and flashbang munitions.
What is clear is that these nightly demonstrations are showing no signs of letting up anytime soon. In Portland.
Things got a little dicey near the federal building on Los Angeles Street, where there were dozens of protesters that were trying to break into the windows of the federal building.
All of these tanks just rolled up on Front Street. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks.
From the 22nd Street off-ramp, they broke through a fence there, as you were mentioning live, to make their way onto the expressway and then surrounded cars that had come to a stop.
My third answer would be something around the lines of that most of these governors and mayors of these cities also have told the president or anybody that wants to help them with any of this stuff to pretty much, for polite reasons, go do sexually explicit things to themselves.
And I will code what I really want to say to Donald Trump. It's 2 words. It begins with F and it ends with U.
My fourth question would be, and even if we did try to force them, or even if we did try to do any kind of help, would they even listen anyway? I don't think so. So, just like I say, this is just my answers with regard to answering the question, why wouldn't Republicans do anything about the unrest that's happening right now? With what all I've shown you with regard to us being unwanted, that's actually my fifth answer. Who is it that would actually force themselves where they weren't wanted? I try to listen to both sides, but you know the old saying, every situation has 3 sides. Your side, my side, and the truth. The best part about America is that we get to decide what that is. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. I'm just speaking my own. So, if you enjoyed my work, please help me to grow so that I can add you to my conversations. I would appreciate a subscribe, a like, and even a comment. I'm always looking for feedback. I'm trying to add you to my conversations already, but I'd like it to be live someday. Thanks again for visiting me on my little acre of the internet. Until next time.
you.